Welcome to the round table. I'm coming at you live from the 831 where we are trying to stay dry, keep our head above water. But as long as the power's on, we're just going to keep going. So let's just get right into it. Let me bring up our guest, the one and only Denise Castillo. How are you, Denise?
Hi, guys. Good. How are you?
Good. Just running around like crazy, trying to
stay dry, right?
Yes. Let's bring up our brother Strange Days. How are you?
Hello, sisters. How are you guys?
We're good. Just trying to, be safe in this storm. Make sure we have what we need. I have no water right now, so
oh no,
kind of a bummer.
No city water.
I'm not in the city limits. I'm in the county limits. So I have a private well, and a tree fell, and it knocked the power out to the well. So
wow.
Let me bring in House of Tattoos. Hey, House, how are you?
Good. How you guys doing? How you ladies? And then Mr. Strange Days right there.
Yeah.
Right?
Nice. How are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
House, how are you? Good to see you.
I don't have water right now because my well is out because the tree fell and knocked the power to it. Yeah, that's one thing.
Where I live, it's a well too. They get their water from a well over here. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it's not that bad. It's raining a lot here, but not that bad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know what the difference I noticed? Because you can go from right here to 5 miles south and you're in the city limit. So whenever I lived in the city, it was cool because even if the power went out, you had water. But we paid way more for water. If you're in the county line, you have a set rate every month and it doesn't fluctuate depending on your use.
Okay.
But if your power goes out, you can't access the water.
Yeah, they started raising the water over here. The prices on water over here now.
Crazy.
They say the gas is going up and stuff. I haven't got my bill yet, so I don't know how much it went up.
I just read something about that too. Gotora's sending his saludos to everyone. Strange Days. Vanessa is as well.
Hello, Vanessa Corona.
Yes.
Good evening.
Welcome. Good to see you, Sinaloa. 7:60.
Yeah, I'm just client right now. He should be here by 6:30. Gotta work. Gotta do what gotta do.
Yeah. Keep the lights on, right?
Yep. That's right.
What are you working on today?
What's that?
What are you working on today? What kind of piece?
I'm starting a sleeve. Let me show you a little bit of the stuff that I got printed out that I'm gonna get on there. Look at. I don't know if you can see that.
Wow.
Yeah, some palm trees.
Metals?
He's from Long Beach, so we're putting all this stuff from Long Beach that represents what he likes. Where he
that's cool.
His car that he used to have, like in palm trees. This is very well known in Long Beach, VIP Records.
Mm-hmm.
The pipe.
How long is that going to take you?
Oh, it's gonna be sessions. Yeah, we're gonna start on his arm today. It's gonna take some. He wants to go all the way around.
That's gonna be nice.
But
nice.
It looks sick. All black and gray. It looks real dope. Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, I like the black and gray look. You guys, please hit the thumbs up when you come in. It helps us get the live out there. But let's get into some topics. We may have another guest tapping in just a little bit, so stay tuned for that. Yep. Well, obviously, I think the first thing we're talking about, right, is the weather. I mean, even though we live far from each other, I think it's affecting both Northern California and Southern California, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, for me, honestly, I haven't seen so much rain for me in the desert up here. Thankfully, yeah.
Has it snowed?
I'm sorry?
Has it snowed?
Just a little bit. If it snows, it's only on the ground for about 4 hours and it melts.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I looked this up.
We definitely got our share of rain this year, and you can see the saturation. You can see all the plant. Hey, allergies are going to be pretty bad this year. Let's put it that way. A lot of greenery out.
Most definitely. Hey, Two Face Entertainment, how are you holding up in Chole? I know you guys are getting it South County too. So let me just see. I looked up what is this. So it's an atmospheric river, right, that we're experiencing. And it says an atmospheric river is a narrow corridor of a filament of connected moisture in the atmosphere. Other names for this phenomenon are tropical plume, tropical connection, moisture plume, and water vapor surge, and cloud band. So I guess basically this is our, let's see. Well, it's not very common. I know that.
Right.
But something that I felt here anyways last night was it was super like humid and warm, even though it was pouring down rain. It was just not a comfortable feeling.
That's because of all the clouds keeps the heat on the ground, you know. Because when it's clear, it gets real cold, you know, at night. But yeah, because of the clouds, you know. Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Two-Face Entertainment, thank you for reminding me. Yeah, all the schools here are closed, you know, due to the flooding. One thing that we were concerned about is we were getting like warnings that it was kind of like going to flood all around us, making us like almost an island, like we couldn't get in or out. But thank God.
Saw that picture. Did you put up that picture of that river? That street?
The Salinas River, yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
Thank God that hasn't happened. I mean, it's pretty close, but it hasn't taken place.
Yeah. Over here, in Big Bear, they got so much snow. Probably house heard about, but they got so much snow there, and then it rained. They found like, man, I think it was 12 or 13 people deceased out there. I don't know what they were doing. You know, they didn't say like what they were doing out there, but I don't know if it had to do with homeless or what, but yeah.
Is that not a common area for people? Because I'm not familiar with it. Do people?
It's not common for so much snow that we had that it, you know, landed on the house, or you know, snow's on top of the house, and the houses were caving in too. So a lot of people had to be evacuated. It's not common for this much snow. Like you said, something's going on with the atmosphere. But
8 feet of snow. 8 feet of snow. That's pretty high. That's a lot of snow.
8 to 12 feet. That's a lot. But yeah, sadly they found some bodies, and we never. So right now the rain's hitting, so they're thinking, man, all that snow is gonna melt, and where's it gonna go? You know?
Yeah, I think that's part of what the storm is. I did read that it's a lot of the snow runoff from the temperature being warmer.
You know, when I see unusual rain, I always think there's going to be an earthquake because the water table and everything starts changing. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of water, it starts changing, and we probably might have an earthquake. You know?
What do you think?
I heard earthquakes don't have anything to do with the weather, but I'm not sure. You know, I haven't read into it yet.
All the water goes into the ground and stuff like that. You know, in the water table. You know, so who knows?
It's actually interesting, House, that you say that, because it's like lubricating the ground almost with all that water.
Yeah,
you know,
we've had
the
major potholes like open up and swallow cars.
Exactly.
Like when the water starts going down and it starts warming up, then everything starts back into place. You know what I'm saying? So that's how much, you know.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely is a lot more water, though. You know, water weighs a lot, so it's a lot of weight on the earth. So, you know, it's a trip when you think about it.
Yeah, it most definitely is. I know that people were saying yesterday, I don't know if it's true, but you know how people say when it's warm and rainy, you hear people say that, oh, that's earthquake weather. So I was hearing that. I don't know if that's true or valid, but I've always heard people say that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's true, but they said like around April, it's weather. I don't know. You know, I've seen an earthquake and I felt an earthquake in April. You know, but I don't know why. Maybe because he's heating up again. Like I said, you get the rain, then you get the other stuff. You know, who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Days, you know some about earthquakes. Do you think the rain has anything to do with it?
I like I said, I think it can have something to do with it, with all the weight of the water. You know, it truly is a astronomical amount of water that comes to, the earth, especially at a time like this with that atmospheric river. So it makes one think. But you never know. I mean, earthquakes go all around the world. We live on the Ring of Fire. So it's, they come through when they come through. But I don't know. I couldn't tell you that, but it'd be interesting to find out.
Definitely would. I'm going to share a little something. I won't say much because my older kids are super private, but I do want to share that my grandson was born on the 12th, and he is happy and healthy, and they got to come home today.
That's right.
So, just
Congratulations.
Awesome. Good stuff. Thank you for sharing. That's good stuff.
Hey, life
You
is
have 2 grandkids now?
I have 3. My oldest daughter has a 6-year-old daughter, so Aria.
Okay.
And then the 2 boys, my son's kids, his oldest will be 2 on the 30th, and then the baby was born on the 12th. So 2 little boys. Well, they're also little, they're big.
how I see it. When you got your kids and they're growing up and they're getting older and they're living their lives, their place out. Because I miss my kids when they were kids. You know what I'm saying? And take the place and it goes on. So hey, I want to congratulate you, Jen, man. It's a good thing.
It is. It's hard because my son and daughter-in-law live out of state, so I can't be there, and it's killing me. I'm gonna have to find a way to get there.
Hey,
how many times
are they?
Get on that plane, Jen.
I was gonna say, how many times have you been out there though?
I drove up there 3 times, and it took me around 14 hours to get there.
Girl,
One day straight, or did you get a hotel?
I just went straight through.
Wow.
I never stayed over. I went straight through. There's this, thank you, Vanessa. There's this trippy little town, like on the way up there. I think it's either in Nevada or right past it. I think the name is Winnemucca. So that's the last stop, basically before you hit like a dead zone. And then you have to drive through this area that's literally no cell phone service at all. There's no signs of life. There's like signs on the road that show you pictures of cattle and tell you to be careful because there's no fences.
Cattle crossing. Yeah.
And I went through that area last time during the night, and it was so scary.
You were by yourself?
I felt, no, the kids were with me, but it felt like something out of a horror movie driving through there at nighttime, I was just trying to keep my kids, I didn't freak the kids out.
Damn.
Hey, Jen, try to fly next time. Make it easier.
I'm gonna have to just I don't know.
Shoot, take a
couple of drinks.
Yeah.
Get on the plane.
Knock out for a couple hours.
Yeah, I gotta find a way to just do it because by plane, my son said it takes 1 hour. So can you imagine that? 1 hour when I spent 14 hours driving.
Heck yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You got it.
That's worth it, I think.
Yeah. It's worth it. Even if I have a little panic attack, it'll be worth it.
Oh no panic attacks.
I know. So I want to get your guys' opinion on something. I heard this first on I think it was the Breakfast Club podcast, but I was like, no way. I thought it was a joke, but this is actually like a statement that was issued by the IRS. And they basically issued a statement saying that they have requested that all thieves report the stolen property or bribes that they've received for the 2022 tax year in their tax returns. And they want people who have stolen or accepted bribes to do that so they can be taxed on it. And then they said that in the same statement, they also said that they promised to not reveal that information to the feds. And I laughed because I'm like, are you? I thought it was a joke, but no, it really, I looked it up. It really is a statement from the IRS.
Go get my lipstick. Wow.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
Right? I don't see anybody turning themselves in anytime soon.
Yeah.
There was a lot of fraud going on back in those times. The COVID and everything. Big time.
Mhm.
Yeah. I was looking up a few things because of this, and they don't have to turn the information over to the feds, but if the IRS was subpoenaed, then the feds can have access to any of your information.
Wow.
Not that any of us or our people are out there stealing or taking bribes, but
No, yeah, just no.
that's actually how, if it's true story that I saw, that's actually what they were able to indict Al Capone on, because he did not report the sale of the alcohol he was selling.
Is that pertaining to what do they call it? Politicians?
Wow. Right.
It's pretty wild to think that. I just want to know if some people are actually going to fall for it. I feel like I know a couple people that would. That would be like, okay.
I think my sister would.
Yeah.
Not the class, but she would. Honestly, like, no, but she don't do that. But
Yeah.
What's up?
How funny. And yeah, so I guess that's how Al Capone was busted. Well, I'm sure they were watching him for many other reasons, but that's what they were able to basically get him.
That's interesting.
Yeah, tax evasion.
Get up, dog.
Your dog is trying to get in.
What do you put Angel when you're on here? What do you?
She's in the living room. She has like she has an old lady bed now. She's getting old, so she has like a bed that's kind of lifted up off the ground, so it like reduces the pressure on her joint.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this one.
How old is she?
She'll be 8 in July.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's up.
Yeah, she's 108 pounds, so she's pretty big. She's a big dog.
Yeah.
Have you ever considered getting her the CBD treats for dogs? I heard it's really good for their joints.
Yeah, she has them.
Okay, cool.
Guys,
they help.
I gotta go and do things. I'll talk to you guys on the next one. I got
your work. All right. Have a blessed evening. Thank you.
Bye, House.
Take care, House. Good to see you. Be well.
But yeah, she also during like 4th of July, those little CBD pet stuff really help her because she does not like the fireworks.
Oh, okay. You know what's funny is that my papa, he didn't care for the fireworks. He would chill, but he was like, I would take him to gun shows, so he was used to the noise.
Oh, okay.
This one freaks out.
Yeah.
My daughter's pup. Yeah, he freaks out. But Franz
like,
was just chill. He just didn't care.
Yeah.
Hey, Denise, do you ever go to gun shows?
All the time, but they stopped them over here.
They're gonna have a gun show right up in here at Lancaster in a couple weeks, I think.
Right on.
Yeah.
They have them out there in Riverside, but right here in Orange County, they stopped.
No more, huh? Oh, okay.
No,
that's unfortunate.
But it's sad, it's like, how dumb.
Oh, I hear you.
It's like one of those things where a few bad people ruin it, for the law-abiding citizens,
Yeah.
Pretty much, unfortunately, yes.
Well, it was our governor, so.
Yes.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Denise, you had brought up a good topic earlier when we were talking, and I feel like it could go a lot of different areas for people. So let's get everyone's feedback. So let's just put it like this. Denise, I'll ask you first. Do you feel like you have to prove yourself to people? And if so, why?
Prove myself to people? I don't think so. I am who I am. I don't think I have to prove anything to anybody as far as that goes. I'm very outspoken. I speak my mind. Sometimes, it comes out too much, but no, having to prove myself, never. No.
Yeah.
I just have to continue to be the person that I am today, which is, a big difference from 10, 12 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of, just be who I am today.
What do you think changed about you the most during that 10-year period?
I'd say my attitude. I had a bad attitude. I had a bad. I would jump off on people. You know, if they looked at me sideways or whatever, you know, I would be like, "What are you looking at? You know, what are you looking at?" Or they'd say something, and I would be like, you know, I jump to tell them something. You know,
Yeah.
it was all bad.
Yeah.
But anger, you know, and I've took like I did the 12 steps. I did a year of anger management. I really had to go through all that, and you know, it's a blessing in disguise because
Mhm.
it changed me. It changed me
Yeah.
a lot. So
So
yeah,
do
that's
you feel like those programs were really helpful then?
big time. You know that and just
Cool.
having the Lord in my life. You know,
Yeah.
remembering what I once knew before 20
Mhm.
years ago. Remembering all the stuff that I put in a lot of um, um, educating myself through the Bible and having the relationship with the Lord. I've gave him all that, and I've learned so much. So just remembering his word and then just applying it in my life and using skills that I've learned. You know,
Mhm.
not to jump off on people or they're not looking at you a certain kind of way because, like, don't judge people. You know,
There
don't
you
judge
go.
them before you talk to them because I've talked to some girls that I would be like, I don't want anything to do with them. The way they
Mhm.
were, but getting to know them, you know, they're a whole different type of person. So
Yeah,
yeah.
true. Machete, that's right. He says the problem is that you cannot prove yourself against someone who is much weaker than yourself. I feel like that makes sense because it's normally someone, and I don't mean this in a like a negative way, but it's normally someone that's much weaker than you that is trying to challenge you or make you feel some kind of way. So
Mm.
yeah. Hey, Eugene, how about you, Strange Days? Do you feel the need to have to prove yourself to anyone? And if so, why is that?
I felt the need, or sometimes I still, when I'm working for somebody, or especially when I was young. I lost my dad pretty young when I was like 26, 27, and
Mhm.
didn't really have him there that much as a young man. So I've always kind of found myself kind of clinging to older guys to get their knowledge and kind of
Mhm.
hoping that they give me the thumbs up that I'm okay, that I'm a good worker. And so I would go above and beyond to be a hard worker. And I'd love to get, the pat on the back or a handshake after a day's job, giving me thanks or kudos. I'd really appreciate that. But
Mhm.
just in general with people, I feel that I'm a good enough person and that I don't have to go above and beyond to be anybody that I'm not. So I'm hoping that they'll just, be okay with me when they meet me at this point. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't go above and beyond, like I said. So, at this point, I'm pretty okay with myself.
Right
That's
on.
yeah, that's good. Hey, Crusted, Pastor Tony in the house too. The Roundtable
You got to
5.0.
get PHX live, man. He's really cool. I love his energy.
Yes. Oh yeah, he'll be on. He'll be on for sure. Definitely. Hey Vic, how are you? The Roundtable in the house. That's right. I hope you're doing well and you're good where you're at.
Right on,
Good
Vic.
where I'm at. That's funny. Earlier, someone that mentioned the city said, "I hope I have my floaties." I don't know how to swim, you guys. So
Ooh,
that's one thing. I was like, man, if we ever did get water up here, that would be all bad.
dang.
Okay, prove yourself to yourself and not to others. The real
Mm.
ones will recognize it. I agree with that too, Machete.
Yeah, I do too, 100%.
Hmm. I
Nice.
don't know. I feel like maybe when I was younger and not as sure of myself, not so much that I felt I had to prove myself.
Mm.
I I always seem to feel like I want to make sure everyone is understanding and inclusive, and sometimes that could be as a fault to me. Like it would almost seem like I'm overly trying to help explain something, or And I found that in certain situations, that didn't help me. That just made others be able to sort of prey on my kindness.
Yeah.
So I switched that, that turned into some situations for me that I ended up in a very angry situation. And I had to change that and, make a little bit of a barrier where, yeah, I can let someone in and let them know some about me and, people on here especially, but, there's some people that will try and push you and challenge you when they feel a certain type of way, either about you or in your presence.
That's
So
true.
It's important to have boundaries, I guess,
Yeah. I think that question goes back to like being, a youngster too.
Mm-hmm.
You had to prove, well, for me, I had to like prove myself to my friends,
Yeah.
like I could do this, watch,
Exactly.
type thing. But no, not so much anymore. Just,
Mm-hmm.
I guess to myself, but.
Right. I think we should, like Machete said, hold ourselves to the highest. Like we should look at ourselves to be who we want to be,
Yeah.
Whatever you believe in.
I do that and I do hold myself high because I've come so far. You know what I mean? And I don't brag about it, but I was called boastful, that I was too boastful. And I was like, what does that even mean?
Really?
Like, I encourage you to be, to freaking love yourself and do yourself up. Like I do this every day. I get up, I shower, I put my face on. I did that because I have 3 girls and I had to show them and teach them hygiene. And look, this is what you do. Even if you stay home, even if you're going to stay home, every day, like that's just something. But I encourage girls and men to, have that love for yourself. Oh,
that's a good thing to set an example for our kids. What I'm just curious, you don't have to say who, obviously. Was it somebody that you know personally that said that to you, or like?
Yeah, it was my cousin's wife, and I was like, dude, for real? Like,
it's always got to be a family member, right?
Yeah, it was crazy. I just was like, whoa, that's doesn't make sense because she was always cool to me in front of my face.
Hello.
Okay, we can see.
There you are.
It's interesting you say that, Denise, because that's kind of how it goes. I mean, in my experience, anyways, it's somebody behind the scenes that you never thought had an issue with you, but secretly inside something was eating at them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, and I'm not the only one that she, stopped talking to her or whatever, because God shows you and he reveals things. And it was funny that I seen another cousin of mine at the urgent care, and I was like, hey, and we talked about it, and she was like, yeah, she dogged me too. And I was like, what? So I mean, at that point I thought, okay, it's something personal, it's something that she's going through.
Exactly.
And big mess, huge.
Yeah. That sucks, but I don't know.
Definitely love yourself, and that'll teach you to love others, and then from there you're good.
But you know what I would say too, I'll be the first one to check myself also. Like when I am maybe conducting myself in a type of way that I'm like, that's not you. What do you, don't do that. Don't say that or speak like that. I do feel convicted of certain things, and I'll be like, nah, that wasn't cool. Like I have to make that right.
Yeah. Raymond M, don't get me wrong, like that's exactly how I was raised. Like, man, I'm telling you, I have 4 sisters, so we had to get up, clean the house, like, okay, go to school, come home, clean the house. But on the weekend, like we had to clean the house before we even thought of putting makeup on. My mom smeared my face one time and said, now go clean. And I was like, yeah, like that.
Yeah.
But that was our routine. That's how we did it. And that's how I taught my girls too. Like, come on, you guys will clean first and get ready and do whatever you have to do,
Yeah.
But
hey, Denise.
Yeah.
I have a friend. She's good friend. She's from Orange County, and I met her up here in the high desert when I was working at some place one time, and she told me that, she had 4 sisters, and one of her, all of her sisters had different traits. She was the beautiful one. She's the one that put on her makeup all the time. And one time her dad and his friends were in the front yard. She came out with no makeup, and her dad actually told her, "Go put your face on."
Oh,
Because and like she told me this, and she was hurt, and
yeah, that's
so
cool.
she felt like she was always obligated to be that one, that cover girl, that pretty one out of the bunch.
Yeah.
So like every time I see her, she's on point. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And so like she kind of told me why, and anyway, she looks great, all done up, the way she is. But yeah, she told me where that kind of came from.
What
I
a
was like,
trip.
man,
That's
that kind of
sad.
sucks, but
That's
kinda
so
crazy.
sad.
Yeah, no doubt.
And
Yeah,
so,
I can see how that could create a complex in someone.
Yeah.
Like if
Oh, by
they're,
far.
yeah.
Hey,
They're-
Jen, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Have you ever okay, what is your memory of something that just like stuck with you? Like you remember something, what is that?
Girl. You're
Just
talking
one thing.
PTSD. Let's see.
Right.
As far as something that somebody told me, or
Whatever you remember that stuck in your head, like something
Whatever
for
it may
me,
be.
But for me, let me share something for me. When I was 5,
tell me.
when I was 5 years old, I was so like from 3 to 5, I would always be with this Thea, my mom's aunt. Always with her. I was always with her. I don't know why, but I had my toys over there. I had like everything at her house, right? She spoiled me rotten. And she passed away one day, and I was at my mom's, and my cousin were playing. My little cousin said, your aunt died. And I said, what? And he goes, your auntie died. And I was like, shut up, and I look at my older brother, and I knew by his face, I just started crying. And that's just a memory that stuck. I was 5 years old, and I remember that whole day, that everything that was, everything that was said and done. My brother sat me on the bed. I cried till my mom got home. A whole it was crazy. So that's a memory that stuck in my head.
Yeah, that's very hurtful. I have one, but I'm kind of hesitant to say it because it is based on a physical appearance, and but it traumatized me in a way, like not traumatized, like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to get over that. But you asked me something that stuck in my mind, right? So there was a family function, and there was, I won't say who because there'll be a big old crybaby. But there was a family member, and I was becoming a young lady at the time, let's say that. And I walked past them in the living room, and they said something like, oh, you better watch out, you're starting to get a big butt like your mom. And I was like, in front of everyone. And it wasn't popular to have a big butt at that time. So
that's an embarrassing. That's
all of that,
Yeah.
Hey, brother, thank you.
Cholo, what's up?
Hello.
Good evening.
So that really, it embarrassed me, first of all, because I'm pretty modest around family, and so it made me feel humiliated, embarrassed, and it made me mad because they kind of were talking about my mom too, and then all of that. And I just remember thinking, man, that's never something you do, to a young lady or a young boy either, try to put them on the spot and say something like that in front of people even. I mean, why would you say that in the first place? You're right. You got issues. That's what would be your advice to, if a youngster is watching, what would you tell them in a situation like that? I would definitely tell them, and I'm never someone that promotes disrespecting your elders. Let me just say that first. Unless it is something if somebody's being trying to touch you or something like that, you make some noise. Right. But I would say, if I were talking to my younger self, I would go back, and I would have, instead of going to my room embarrassed and crying,
Yeah.
I would have said, you know what? That's not right for you to tell me that. And that's not right for you to say that in front of people like that. Just
Yeah.
made you look really dumb.
Yeah.
I would call them out on it.
Right
I
on.
would call them out on it in a way
I would
where,
have done the same thing right then and there.
yeah.
That's my problem, you know. But
Mhm.
hey, you're gonna dish something out on me, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you right back. Like,
Yeah.
you know, that's how my mom taught us, and it's kind of, it sucks. Like I told you before, it kind of sucks. I am the baby of 8, and my mom taught us to do that because she was a single mom,
Mhm.
and you know, sorry was a sorry word, and I lived with that for until I was after I got married and started going to church, and I was like, man, sorry is not a sorry word.
Yeah.
You can say sorry, but you also have to watch the words you put out, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you definitely do. You
But
can say,
yeah,
one second,
what happened?
guys. My kiddo just texted me. 1 second.
Yeah, so no, that, you know, I learned that sorry is not a sorry word, and that, you know, just watch what you say. And if somebody says something to you, like I said, I try not to bite back, but it's a
Mhm.
it's a it's something that was instilled in me when I was little.
Yeah. I think part of for myself, anyways, I was very different in our home than how I
Mhm.
was like in the streets or at school.
Right.
I was much more confrontational, and anybody that told me something that wasn't family, like, yeah, they were going to get it. But I was kind of raised very old school and in the church and taught to pretty much be submissive to
Mm.
my family members, you know, especially the adults. And I think that could have been why I didn't feel so quick to say something back. But
Stupid. Yeah.
yeah.
How about you, Stranger Days?
Can you repeat the question?
Um,
Because I know you were saying something about how you would, or are you
no,
asking me what I remember? Is that what you were going to
yeah.
ask?
What,
Okay. Well,
what
I
stays
mean,
in?
honestly, I mean, I can think of a lot of things, but one thing that I truly remember as a kid, my uncle passed away in '84, and I was like 4 years old. And we went to the Kaiser, where Capitol Records is in Hollywood. And I remember just seeing him through the window, and you know, he was basically passing away. And I just remember my mom telling me that he's an angel and he's going to go to heaven. And I remember waking up that night and, you know, crying to my mom. I didn't understand what was going on, but
Right.
that's something that stuck with me, you know, for a long time. And obviously,
That's
I watched
traumatic.
my.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, it
telling
was a
you,
little bit
that's
crazy. And
traumatic.
then I think
Yeah.
the more traumatic thing was, I guess, my dad, when after his brother passed away, you know, he boozed it up one night and he kind of lost his cool, and you know, he was just he was sad, you know. So
Yeah.
my mom had to call my grandfather. My grandfather had to come and cool my pop down, and it was
Oh,
a wild night. I don't forget that, and I'm not mad at my dad at all or anything like that. And
no, yeah.
but it's something I'll never forget, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that would be, yeah, definitely.
For sure.
You know, there's one other thing that I thought of while you guys were talking too. And this one was actually, I was in elementary school. I guess most of the things that you're like, how would you, I don't like using the word traumatized because I don't want to make it sound like I'm still dealing with it. But you know, an event that impacted me, like you had mentioned, Denise. So this time I was in, and it was another adult that did it. That's so weird. I was in elementary school and I had on my mom's jacket. And I mean, we weren't doing great when I was little. You know what I mean? My family was struggling. And this particular yard duty, she knew who my parents were. And she made a comment, something like, how sad you have to even wear your mom's jacket. Like you don't even have your own jacket. And I remember feeling super like sad and embarrassed. Like, damn, she's basically saying you're poor, you know, right in front of everyone.
Dude.
Yeah.
I got another one.
We went to the church too.
That's sad. You know, for little kids, like very judgmental, man, when we're little, right?
Yeah.
Jojo, hit the like.
Jojo.
Yeah, traumatic. Check this out. So I remember going to camping, and my sister-in-law at the time, she took her niece And it was me and my two older sisters, because the older one didn't go. We came back to, we had long hair, like our hair was long, like really long, right? We all had long hair at the time. I was like, we were 7, 8, and 9. So we're all year apart. And we came home and man, we started going like this, and my mom was like,
no.
what's up with you guys, man? Sure enough.
No. Yep.
Dude, we came home. My mom goes, you guys have lice.
Don't tell me you shaved it all off.
My mom was trying to, she was trying to like do her best for all 3 of us, but it was just like, I remember just like going back and forth. And one day I was sitting outside, and I think I told you, Jen, I don't know, but I was sitting outside. My uncle, who's a hairdresser, comes behind me. Well, he cuts my sister's hair. She's like that mod look at the time, 80s. Yeah. And he cuts her hair. And I was like, no, I don't want to cut my hair. Like, nope, you're not cutting my hair.
Yeah.
It was past my butt. It was long.
How old were you at that time? Do you remember?
I was 6, 7. I was 6. No, 7. 7, 8, and 9. I think I said that. That's kind of the age we were, because we're all a year apart. So then I'm sitting outside one day, and he goes behind me and he grabs my ponytail and he cuts it. And I'm like, what? Like, I cried for days, you guys.
Your cousin did this?
Oh man.
4 days. And then my hair was so short. It was like, I looked like a boy. I have a picture literally of me standing in one of my aunt's house. My hair was like a boy.
Yeah. That would be definitely.
I told my mom, why did you let him do that? I was so mad, man, but whatever. And then I just,
lice was a bigger issue back in the day, wasn't it? I mean,
back in the early 80s. Yeah.
I remember being in in like in 2nd, 3rd grade, they would come in like with those sticks, and they would be running them through our hair.
Yeah,
and I would just I'd be, I guess I feel relief. I don't got no bugs in the hair. Great. But that was a trip. Like every year they would do it when we were young.
Yeah. With the popsicle sticks, huh? They would come.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And then when somebody be missing, you'd be like, oh shit, that
they're out.
They're gone.
This is what's messed up. God bless them. I think they watch my channel too. I'm not going to say male or female. There were some twins that I went to school with, and God bless their hearts. Every time it was them that had it. Every time. But there was such a stigma on it. Like, it's literally something that I guess is, if someone has it, they can jump on whoever. But it was, they had long hair, and maybe that's why, I'm not sure, but every single time it was like, poor people, like it was just a thing. But yeah, now they have.
Did you say that
shampoo?
Did you say that the twins were getting picked on?
No, they were tough. Like, if someone up themselves, but it just so happened that every time it was like lice season, which is during winter, I think. Yeah. But now they even have piojos. They even have like this electric comb. I seen it at Walmart the other day. Like, you run it through their hair, and it like zaps them. And
really?
Like the things that bugs can fly into, and you hear the noise and it like falls.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I was like, man, I would be tempted to go on and use it on the dog for fleas and see if it works.
Dang.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's just like, we're just reminiscing, you guys.
Yeah,
sorry, not on a topic, but I think we'll have something next week, huh, Jen?
Yeah, this week
we'll have some stuff to talk about, man.
I mean, the storm.
It's just fun reminiscing.
It really was not as bad. Yeah, really, even that's the shampoo.
And that sounds so horrible. Piojo sounds so horrible.
Yeah.
Spinal.
I remember it said like that. Yeah.
Does Spinal have a troll?
Hey, Spinal, is that you?
You guys, I had a troll yesterday on somebody's channel, and
Are you
thank God
serious?
that person that had the channel, he's
Mhm.
like, that's not Denise. You don't talk like that.
Remember, they did that to me too. They take your
Yes.
that is not cool.
Sonny had one too, but Sonny's troll gave him money. I was
I'm
like,
sorry, I remember that during that time.
Keep
shot
on
him through the
trolling.
butt.
Keep on
I was
trolling.
like,
He's
I was
like,
like,
keep
right
it
on.
coming, keep it coming.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to see
Yeah,
you.
that's funny.
Okay, let's see, eVision. I think you have a channel, right, eVision? I saw you pop up in my feed recently. Shout out to
Cool.
you. If you want to jump on, I'll drop the link.
Who love? I don't.
Yeah. Let's see.
Who are we talking
I
about?
know eVision. I seen him earlier. He popped up in my feed on YouTube. It's a YouTube channel.
Hey, Jen.
Check it out. Mhm.
I was going to mention, it'd be really cool, like with all of the, the chat, the people that we see weekly here. It'd be nice if, one or two could jump on, once a week or something, so we can get to know and get a face, and just have a good time, mingle for a little bit if they want to stay on the whole time or just come on for a little bit just to say hi. That'd be cool. But yeah, it'd be cool to just get to see a face, get to know them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who made you jump on?
That's
Stranger
kind of
Things?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, Jen, I think I reached out to you at an email, and I was just telling her that.
What made you do that?
Oh, because I really enjoy the roundtable. I find it therapeutic. I love just chilling in the chat, just joking, having fun times with you guys.
Yeah.
And when I found out that Jen was going to possibly take it over with you, I emailed her and said, hey, that's something that I'd kind of like to be a part of, even if it's just for a half hour or if you want me to be a part of it, that's, the whole time, that's cool. But yeah, I just was something that I wanted to be a part of. And so I guess
That's
so I'm
cool.
here, and I'm glad that Jen gave me the blessing, and here we are,
Yeah, but I mean, did you have fear? Like, were you scared to come on, or because you've been for a long time? You've been here.
Yeah, no, right before, I had a little bit of some jitters going on, so I ain't gonna lie, I had one shot of some whiskey before I went on live, so I kind of just loosened up a little bit, but I found that it was comforting, and it wasn't too bad, and it's kind of cool because I don't see a big crowd behind me, so I guess that's what kind of makes it okay. If there was a whole audience that I saw, I might have a little bit of an issue, but just I guess seeing you two, and it just seems like it's us three talking at this point. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
that's all it is.
yeah, I'm comfortable now. That's why that's why, like, with me saying that, hopefully people want to jump on, every now and then, and have a good time. I think they'll find it therapeutic as well.
It is, and it is. But me, like. For me, I was the one that was like, oh, pick me. Like when the teacher was,
that's cool. Right on.
Would be like,
I love that about you.
Want to do. Huh?
I love that about you. You like, you know what I mean? When you want something, it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I just wish my words would come out better, Your
words come out good. I don't think you give yourself enough credit. Like, you are very well spoken.
I mean, Jen, that I could speak on. I was a caregiver for like 10 years. So every day, every night I was taking care of my husband's Nana. I could tell you, I could share so much with that, but I was not lost in the world, not lost, but I didn't really go out that much anymore.
Yeah.
So I kind of like, man, what do I talk about? Or what do they say? Like, what did you do today? Same thing, Nothing exciting. I didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
For a whole 5 years after she got, bedridden. Right. But shoot, want to talk about taking care of somebody? I'll tell you how.
That's probably a whole segment, huh?
Woo!
Yeah. That's no joke. I've done it myself, and I know that's like,
it
is a commitment of your entire life.
Yeah. Sure. It makes you strong. I'll tell you that, because at times I felt so weak. Like, man, what do I, sometimes I felt like I couldn't do it anymore. And I had an episode where I ended up in the ER, and they just said, she's drained. Like, she needs, what has she been doing? And then I kind of shared with them, and they're like, nah, you need help at this point.
And you were drained, yeah.
My girls stepped up, and they're like, we got you, Mom, we'll help, whatever you need. And I said, okay. They were like, what? You never asked. And I said, well, I don't want to put that on you guys. Not that it was a burden, because trust me, She was 94 when she passed, and
Mhm.
the stories we got out of her were like, and not to mention that she had kind of raised my kids, you know.
Mhm.
She was the one that I would say, hey, here, Nana, can you watch the kids?
Right?
But seeing that they, growing up with them, she had time growing up with them. It's just it's a whole nother world, you guys.
Yeah, that's
And trust me, I've been at home without her for going on 2 years now, and I'm sitting there going, what do I do? But at the same time, I'm like you said, Stranger Day, this right here and jumping on with Jen on Fridays and stuff, it's therapeutic, man, for me.
For sure.
Yeah.
I look forward to it, honestly. I really look forward to
That's cool.
Jen's chat. When you guys were doing the roundtable before, I love going on with Incredible Javier. He brings a lot of joy and fun, and he's just a good guy. He spreads good vibes, and that's what I like. And really, these are the only chat rooms that I've been involved with, and I'm good with it. I'm thankful. So appreciate it, Jen, and to everybody else.
Yeah,
right on.
Being here with us.
Yeah,
I think there's the perfect balance of like he knows what he's doing, like, and talking about mental health and stuff, and then he really is like a comedian. That guy is funny.
Very entertaining. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I wish we knew how to do that or play like some music or something, but yeah, we don't want to
imagine us playing music. Maybe we should. We give everyone a good laugh.
Oh yeah.
Well, what would be wrong with that? I'm sure you guys have a good vocabulary of music, right?
Oh man, my stuff is all funk.
I love funk.
Oldies, like for days, and
Good
I can't
times.
get into the new oldies.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get into that.
What are the new oldies?
They're called soldies.
Okay.
If you look up soldies, they're kind of just like Jen, who's those? Oh man, right now I can't think of Jones.
Yes, the Jones. I'm going to bring in our special guest right now too.
Something Jones.
Hey, Mitch, how are you?
How are you?
All right, just making it out here in this crazy storm.
Sorry, I'm late.
No problem. We appreciate you being here.
Yeah.
So, how's the
Mitch?
Hi.
Yes, Denise.
Good evening, sir. My name's Strange Days.
Strange Days. I'm Mitch.
What's so strange? What's so strange? No, I'm kidding.
Nice to meet you, Strange. I mean, nice to meet you, Mitch. Excuse me. That's what's strange.
Yeah, Chihuahuas got out, so I had to run them down.
Right on.
Oh,
Show me this one.
Yeah.
I gotta go to her again. She's not. There you go.
And we got this one.
oh my God.
All right on.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
How old?
That's awesome.
2 days.
2 days?
What?
Nice.
Her mom had 3 babies, and she didn't want nothing to do with this one because her brothers and sisters are like twice her size. So.
Oh,
Are you having to hand feed that baby right now?
Yeah, we got a bottle feeder.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Wow. Look at
Precious, huh?
That is great.
yes.
That makes me miss how I
What's her
grew up.
name?
She's
What do
gonna
you call
go
her?
feed
Hi, Jen.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
What do you call that one?
We haven't named you yet.
You have a
Our
name for you?
granddaughter said we should call her what?
Sweetheart.
A sweetheart.
I love that.
Nice.
So we
Yeah.
live out in the desert, and the dogs got out, and there's coyotes out here, so I had to hunt them down before it
Oh,
gets dark.
Yeah, that's scary, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Mitch.
What have I missed?
Mitch, we have the same dog name.
Really?
I have a Bowser, and you guys have a Bowser.
Yeah, we have a Bowser. Bowser's digging holes in the fence, and the dogs are getting out. So
Oh,
Oh,
man.
so he's the troublemaker.
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank his ass.
Causing it. Yeah. Yeah. You're missing all the storm out here in California, Mitch.
No, we've got it out here. It's raining out here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it started raining today.
Did it snow first or no?
It's just raining right now. We got our snow a while back.
Oh, okay.
It's not cold enough to snow yet. So
Okay.
Jeez.
Yeah, this storm was very warm.
yeah, we had
quite a bit of snow a couple weeks ago. It was pretty
Mm.
deep.
Yeah, that's a big.
Where are you located, sir?
Northern Arizona, about
Oh,
an
right
hour
on.
from 80 miles from Las Vegas.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
So you get that moderate weather.
Yeah.
it's
Not
not
too
as
cold.
hot as other parts of Arizona.
Mm.
Yeah.
Considered
What
high
about
desert or
Cuba?
low desert?
Yeah, high desert. Yeah,
High desert.
3,500
Likewise
feet.
here.
Yeah, I like it.
Likewise, yeah, me too.
We moved
Right
from Placerville, California, out here to the desert.
From where?
Do you like Placerville better or the desert?
I like Arizona a lot. I did like Placerville, but I don't like it anymore. Too many of the wrong people are moving up there.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
During COVID, I was working. I lost my job a couple of years ago
Mhm.
because of some protests.
Hmm.
So we were saving money to buy a house, and then when I lost my job, people that work in the Bay Area tech people. They're
Mhm.
working from home now, so they realize they don't have to live in that Bay Area, by Frisco, San Jose.
Oh
They
no.
all moved up to Placerville, and so $200,000 house is now $600,000 because they have the cash. I want the house. I don't want anyone to outbid me, so here's $600,000.
Oh my goodness.
$500,000 houses are going for $1 million, so they priced this out of the market, and they brought some really shitty attitudes with them. So
Yep.
Man, I feel for you, man. That sucks.
yeah, we moved to the desert, which is cool. We have friends out here, so
Right
Yeah.
on.
Nice
Yeah.
spot too. Some animals. Edwin
Yeah.
Pascal, if you're the Edwin that won the $2.4 billion lotto, congratulations. I'm glad you tapped into the channel.
What?
sure.
Are you kidding me?
And the
See a
picture,
lottery winner?
I don't know if it's actual, but that is the picture of the guy and his name. I saw
Oh,
it.
wow.
I don't know.
Spinal was
Right on, though.
backstage. What's up,
Congratulations.
Rich? Vanessa.
We'll
Don't
drop
forget
that
about
link
us.
out later, guys.
Damn.
Yeah. So,
That's cash.
we got comments here.
Yeah.
Hello
So
to everybody in the chat, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what's the topic? What are you guys talking about?
You know what? I'd
Does
like
she
to ask
want
you
to?
this one, Mitch. We were all sort of talking about this, and Denise came up with this one actually. She had mentioned, let's see. Do you feel, and I kind of think I know what your answer might be, but tell us, do you feel that you need to prove yourself to people in any way? And if so, why?
No, I don't really feel like I need to prove myself to anyone. I feel like my actions speak for themselves,
Right.
So-
How do you prove yourself to somebody?
Hmm.
With words, you can talk all you want, but your actions say everything.
You're right.
I'm I don't know if you guys know, I spent 38 years in prison in California, and I met every
I know that.
walk of life under the sun, and I met guys talk, and they don't do shit. They don't bust a grape. They never do any of the things they say they're going to do. So
Wow.
Yeah.
proving yourself is just being yourself, really.
Yeah.
Word is bond.
Definitely. That's a good one. I bet I would almost put, I wouldn't put money on it, that after spending that much time in prison, that you probably can read a person within a matter of minutes.
Yeah, I can read a person within 2 to 5 minutes. I'm out.
I believe it.
You
I
know,
believe it.
my wife has a friend who was writing a guy who was in prison, and it turns out he was in Mule Creek, which is a PC prison. Oh yeah, and so she hooked up with him when he got out, and I go to the motorcycle swap meet in Sacramento. I lived in Placerville, sell T-shirts and artwork and stuff. Motorcycle. Oh yeah, I know. And so I got it. And so her girlfriend that met this guy, he got out, and they came to our booth, and I'm like, "Hi, how you doing?" Wow. And like within 3 or 4 minutes, I told my friend, "Hey, come on, man, let's go look at motorcycle parts." I'm out. I'm just,
Mhm.
I'm cool.
Yeah.
People
So
show
it's-
themselves quick sometimes.
Yeah. They do. They definitely do. That's right. I don't know if you heard earlier, but I thought you might get a kick out of this. We'll see. I had heard this. The IRS has issued a statement. It's asking all people out there that may have stolen property or accepted bribes to please report their earnings.
Yeah, if you're a drug dealer also.
Yes. How do you think that's going to go over?
I don't know. You know, I mean, if they got the money in the bank, they're going to have to report it. But if not,
Yeah.
tough shit.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm not real happy with the way the government spends my money. So I'm, you know, if I can get away with not paying taxes, I'm cool.
Huh.
I don't sell drugs, but I got side hustles, you know, that are paid in cash. So,
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Huh.
yeah, no, yeah. Dirty hands, clean money.
There you
That's
go.
right.
That's right.
Yeah.
I like that.
You know, I think the government's overreaching. You know, like they want to tax. If you make $600 or more off the side hustle, they want you to pay taxes on it.
Yeah, I remember that starting. Like, didn't that start last year? They announced that.
Yeah, they announced it last year, but it's going to kick in this year. So it used to be, I think, $25,000 and 20
25, yeah.
side hustles, right? Or
Mhm.
25,000. I think that was what it used to be.
Yeah.
But now it's any side hustle that makes $600 or more.
Damn, that's crazy,
So,
dude.
you know,
I'm not sure if you guys know, but our government's leaning to take our actual cash, physical cash away. They want it to all be done electronically. And once that happens, that's going to bring it's going to be no good for none of us. I mean, there's going to be so much control at that point. Side hustles are going to be hard to do. It's going to be kind of like a barter and trade at that point.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's
they're going to
unfortunate.
be able to pay you with digital currency, but
Yeah.
it'll be on record, you know.
Right? Yeah. That's ultimate control.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pushback on that. Nigeria went to China it's called central bank digital currency, right? So my take on it is Bitcoin is a big thing, Shiba Inu, all these cryptocurrencies, right? So Bitcoin went up to $63,000 a coin, I think, at one time.
Mhm.
And so the government, that's an unregulated currency, Bitcoin, right? So they want to regulate it. So they want to create a cryptocurrency or digital currency that's controlled by the central bank
Right.
and try to shut down. But I think what that's going to do is that's going to force people to go more towards Bitcoin. And because I'm not down with the government. Well, actually, it's not even the government. It's a central bank, which is the Federal Reserve. It's not a government agency. It's just international bankers that control our currency. Our government sold their ass to the bankers back around 1923 or something.
Correct.
And they went up the gold standard and gave the Federal Reserve control of our money. And so I'm not now controlling my life through my money,
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's good to learn this because I'm not too familiar with this
Oh,
stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, Spinal, how are you?
Hey, how you guys doing?
We're
Fine.
good.
No.
What's
Final.
up?
Good evening.
Good. What's up, man? The gentleman with the badass beard.
hey,
Right.
yeah,
Let me drop their
Yeah,
link.
I've watched a few. I watched a few of your videos.
Mhm.
thank you.
Yeah. That's cool. You did time what in the federal system, I believe.
No, I did time in California
Oh, okay.
from 1979 to 2017.
38 years.
Damn.
Yeah.
Straight
I was
time.
born in '79.
Hey, I saw the goat, the baby goat. What breed is the goat?
I have no idea. I know his dad is a Spanish goat.
Oh yeah, we have Nigerian dwarves. We have 3, 4.
Yeah.
Wait, they're all pregnant. Oh
Oh.
shit.
Damn.
Yeah,
Spinal.
We just had.
Don't you sell them, Spinal?
What's that?
Don't you sell them, or are they just pets?
Yeah, we sell them. They're like that breed, just for other girls. Like, oh, they're so cute.
Yeah, they're
But-
pretty cool. I like them.
They're cool. They're cool, you know, and they're pretty smart. And yeah, around here, up here in Central California, you know, all the ladies, they love them. But they also produce milk though, and a lot of
Yeah.
people
Oh, yeah.
make the cheese and the
Oh, nice.
soap and all that.
Right
Yeah.
on.
I wish ours were miniature. They'd be easier to feed.
Oh, I bet.
Less food.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Yeah,
you had those, Spinal.
Let's get the-
What's that?
I never heard you talk about that. That's cool.
Oh yeah, here I'll show you guys right now. Where they at?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
we
know.
have.
I seen your puppies, but I never seen goats.
Oh yeah. Here, watch.
Mr. Goyo, long time no see.
Spino, you know we can't see your face though right now, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna turn it on right now.
Okay, cool.
I'm
Right
back
on.
here.
Suicides.
Here we go. Hey, Spinal.
All right.
What's up? Here,
There you
so-
go.
There you go.
Oh,
Hey, babe.
Wow, you still got a lot of light up there.
I know. I was gonna say, where the hell you at?
We're dark down here.
I'm way up here.
Hey, babe.
It's dark right here.
Kidney goats.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
We have
awesome.
one.
That is
Dwarf
so
goat.
cool.
I heard that I heard that they're really hard to that giving birth that it's not the easiest thing for the moms and they don't do well. Is that true?
So when the first time, it's hard.
Who's that? No, I'm kidding.
After they do the second litter, after that, it's so natural.
The first time's hard.
Nice.
She's got nutrition.
They reproduce like crazy.
Those are so
So
cool.
Yeah, what a
this
trip.
one, and then we got this.
Oh, yeah.
So
That's the
suppose-
kind
Aw.
So
of cows
supposedly
we have.
we got him, you know, for the meat, but the
Right.
kids and the wife they're so
They all
attached to
attached.
him.
Mhm.
Fell in love.
Oh no.
I don't know if it's gonna be. If it's
We've
gonna
had that
happen.
discussion, huh, babe?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it.
Dang.
The cows
That's
are poor.
Where are
Right?
your chickens at? You have chickens too, Spinal?
Yeah,
No.
we got chickens.
Oh, you want to stay here now, too? You want to act like you're.
So a friend of ours told us it's not economically viable to raise your own cows now because of the price of hay.
Yeah,
Yes.
alfalfa's expensive. Yes.
Imagine.
Yes, I agree. Yes, and
Mhm.
I didn't want it. I want my wife's dad, you know,
Mhm.
got the hookup at a dairy.
Oh, good.
And nowadays, you know,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not. But
Yeah.
the thing right now is the eggs. We get about easily 20 a day.
Wow, that's good.
Hey, me too, Spinal. Right on.
Shoot. I eat 20 a day.
Yeah, we have about 10 chickens left, and we get about 7 or 8 a day.
Right on.
Yes. Because I
Oh,
didn't realize I haven't bought eggs in so long.
Mhm.
And I went to what did I go? Costco? Yeah, Costco, and I seen the prices.
Yeah.
Get it. Like 13 bucks for a flat.
Right
So
here.
our chickens quit laying eggs for a while. We changed their chicken feed up, and they started laying eggs again. So
Right on.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
yeah, we actually
Do you
gave
guys
them
have a rooster with them or no?
Huh?
You have a rooster in the
Yeah, we have a rooster. Well, we gave
Yeah,
them
they
cat
gotta-
food, and they started laying eggs. Now we rotate it, you know.
Okay.
Right on.
Nice. I
Yeah.
had seen a video like that on TikTok that was saying something about the chicken feed was being not, I don't know, tampered
Yeah.
with or not doing well. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a specific
Georgia got to
feed.
figure it like that.
Like if we go to like Tractor Supply and get it from there, it doesn't work the same. So we
Mhm.
have
Yeah, the Purina stuff's no good, right?
Right.
no good. We go to it's called Evans Feed over here, and it's a local business, and
Mhm.
yeah, it's been
Yeah, your local feed shop's the way to go.
yeah.
I
Hey
know.
Jen, you didn't tell me that it was gonna be show your animal day, because I would have showed my chickens too. You know, like they're showing their animals. I would have showed my chickens. Everybody, we could have had a show and tell day for the animals. You know.
We got
No, yeah,
that.
for sure. It's dark outside though. So look at how Spinal. Where the hell you live?
Yeah, it
yeah.
is dark outside over here.
Look at
We
my
get down.
look at my
everybody's down-
darkness. I mean, it's really
Wow.
dark outside. Look at
Yeah, I'm in
Jen, are you dark?
that's Bowser.
We
Yeah.
are. It's
Yeah.
pitch black out here.
I mean, it's really light where he's at.
So, you know, talking about the digital currency, you know, in Nigeria, they went to digital currency and they took all their cash away, and they're having riots. They're burning down buildings. They want their cash back.
Oh,
Right.
shit, you know.
In China, they do it. They also have the social credit system. I don't know if you're hip to that. So your credit is
Hey,
based
but if I
on
get quiet, buddy, I'm gonna have to go inside, and it's bath time and all that stuff.
Okay.
Right on. Nice,
Final.
nice for you to
Night.
jump on though, Spinal.
Sharing.
Take care.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Have a good night.
Yes.
Yeah, so in China, they have a social credit system. So
Mhm.
like if you work at a supermarket or if you're a waitress, your social credit score is very low. If you're a doctor, whatever, right, you're a big shot, you got a high social credit score.
Mhm.
So if your social credit score is very high, you can travel wherever you want, do whatever you want, buy whatever kind of meat you want. And it's also based on carbon shit, right? So,
Yeah.
but if you're a waitress or a cook, your social credit score is low. So they say, hey, you bought too much gas this month. You're not allowed to buy any more gas. Or, you know, you ate too much meat this month. You can't buy any more meat. And then, like, if you get caught jaywalking, for instance, they have facial recognition everywhere. So you go in the store, and I seen this guy went in the store, put the items up, they scan him, he just put his face in front of a scanner, bam, no credit card, no PIN number, nothing. But if you get caught jaywalking or committing a crime that's taxable by funds, they automatically take the money out of your bank without you even knowing it, just based on facial recognition.
Wow.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that will be coming over here to the States anytime soon? Because I feel that that's going to be our future over here. What are your thoughts?
I think we'll be the last place to do it. They're doing they're trying to roll out digital currency in Australia. Australia's a really bad government, man.
Damn.
You know, like I'm a motorcycle rider, and so in Australia, if you're in a motorcycle club, you're not allowed to fraternize with your brothers in your club. 2 guys or more is a felony.
Damn.
Misdemeanor, I don't know, it's a crime. All your tattoos of your motorcycle club have to be covered up. You're not allowed to wear a T-shirt or your patch or none of that in public. You're not allowed to gather up together. You know, they're pushing that social credit system. They're pushing digital currency in Australia. And they're pushing the 15-minute cities. I don't know if you're hip to that.
Damn, man. I don't think that's gonna. Well, I mean,
the 15-minute city, which means everything.
No cars,
you need
just bikes.
Yeah, it's what everything you need is within 15 minutes of walking or bicycling. No cars. So basically, they're like turning cities into concentration camps.
damn,
Right.
man.
You can't leave. How are you going to
Total
leave?
control. Total
Yeah,
control.
how would you leave?
Total control, man. Total
That's
control.
Imagine.
It's just it's not good. And I think, you know, that, you know, like out here in society in the cities, especially like, you know, big cities, whatever, people, I don't care what color you are, what background you're from, it's going to affect the lower classes and middle classes
Of course.
worse than anyone else, because our social credit score is going to be very low. People need to band together and let them know that they don't want it.
Yeah.
You know, and all that shit that was going on with Black Lives Matter and that Antifa shit, they need to turn that around and have action like that towards this stuff, because this stuff is going to destroy our society for guys like us. That's my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, if that happens, if it's lower and middle class, I'm screwed. Like, we have to do something, say something. Yeah. Hey,
Well, they
Dusty.
just want total control, you know.
Yeah, that.
Dusty 12.
Yeah, this as well. I
Thank you,
appreciate
Dusty.
you and my respects to you and your family. Respects right back, Dusty. We appreciate you.
Right on, Dusty.
Thank you.
I don't
Yeah.
know about that, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I like to
When
ride
it comes
motorcycles,
here,
you know? Like I'm going on a motorcycle ride at the end of the month, and we usually I ride with the same guys every year. We ride anywhere from 2,000 to 4,000 miles, you know, in a
Wow.
week, 2 days.
Yeah.
We do it every year. That's what we do, man. And you know, that would put a stop to that, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
you're not allowed to travel outside a certain area, or you bought too much gas or whatever. I don't know.
It's like a ganging junction, you know?
Yeah, but instead of a gang, it's enforced on middle to lower class people, you know?
Right.
That's what I was gonna
right.
still like that. You can't walk two or more, you know, you can't have two or more walking together. Out here anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, even some
interesting.
jobs in America now, they're asking, for your credit information. So, I mean, at some jobs, you have to have a good credit score to be able to work at some certain places.
Right.
I think when my wife got her job out here, they checked her credit.
Did
That's
they
crazy. I think that's crazy.
What's that got to do with your job?
That is crazy. That's personal shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Just like they made my husband get the jab, and then now it's like, come on now, to keep your job?
Mhm.
No jabs here.
No.
you know, when I was working in Sacramento, my coworker and I, we made $35 an hour, so we made about $4,000 a month.
Mhm.
Plus, he was a contractor, but his credit wasn't that good, you know. So he couldn't find a place to live. He couldn't find a place to rent because his credit wasn't that good. Even though I had income to show, he could show his income.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's rough, man. They make it
My
harder, you know.
My daughter
Definitely.
works in human resources at this big corporation out here, right? Last month they let 20 people go that made over like 30,000 a year. I'm talking like head people up on top, right?
Mhm.
They want to save money, and they're laying off 16 more people this month, and then instead of them having this high-rise building, they're gonna move to this little spot.
Mhm.
Downsizing.
They just want to save more money, but at the same time, I told my daughter, man, why can't they offer them people a lower paying position? And she's like, Mom, they don't do that. And I said, well, I know, but why can't they? How are those people going to live?
You're not worried about
You know
that.
what, Denise? That's great that you say that, but I'm thinking probably some or even a lot of them probably wouldn't take the pay cut. People have a certain standard of living. I was once put in that position a long time ago, back in 2008 when the recession hit, and I was a spoiled American to the point where I didn't want to take that pay cut, but I should have. To keep my job, to keep some money coming in instead of not having any money. I was a little bit too spoiled how I look at it, and I should have just took the pay cut and kept going. And if something would have came better in the future, that would have been great. But yeah, I'm thinking some people probably wouldn't want to have taken that pay cut. I don't know. What do you think?
That's what she said. And she was like, man, they live some type of way, Mom. You don't even understand. I said, well, shit. I mean, it's a pay cut's better than nothing, but they don't think that way. Like you said, your mind's, you should have done that, but you didn't.
I don't know what kind of work it is or what kind of products they generate or whatever, but the economy's they say it's bad. I mean, I don't know. Some places probably worse than others, but maybe the products or whatever they do is in jeopardy or downsizing as far as
it's computer. It's something that it's a computer. What do you
Tech
call
company?
it? Security with computers, like security.
Security systems.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that kind of stuff might be taking a hit, so they got to downsize, but. Yeah, like JoJo from AZ said, if they offer a pay cut, offer a labor cut,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was
like
thinking
maybe offer to work 3.5 days a week or 4 days a week instead of 5 or
Right.
I just read that
Gotcha.
there was somebody, I forget what his position is in California, that's trying to push for a 4-day-a-week work week.
Yeah.
I don't know
Well,
how
But check this out. They don't even go into the office. They work from home. She works from home.
Yeah.
Nobody goes into the office. And that office where I'm telling you that high-rise built, there's a kitchen in there. So they make lunch for all the workers. It's really high class. But now they're
That's over
trying
with.
to downgrade.
Do you think that would fly, Mitch? A 4-day-a-week work week?
It would for me because I got a lot of stuff I like to do on the side, you know, like artwork and whatever. But some
That's
people,
my husband.
here's the thing with a 4-day work week. If you only work a certain amount of hours, they don't have to offer you health care.
Mm.
So that's a catch-22, right?
My
If they
husband,
have
thank
to
God.
give everybody health care because they have a certain amount of employees, and then they cut it to you don't have enough hours for health care. They also save money that way.
That
So-
sucks, man.
It's a catch-22, and then if you make too much money, you can't get state-sponsored health care. So
Yeah, yeah.
well, if you're a young
Do
person,
that.
I don't care. But
True.
My
Yeah.
husband works at 410, so he got it made right now. You
oh
know?
yeah, nice.
So
Yeah.
it's
JoJo.
cool. We've been
That's
through all
awesome.
that. When it hit last time, they laid him off, and we're like, damn, what do we do? We had that that healthcare that we had to like extend it, but pay like $600 a month.
Is it Cobra?
Years.
So if you're young, health care doesn't
Calco.
matter. Once you get up in your 50s and 60s, you know, you're like, hey, I need some health care, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a trip like with work. Like when I was in California, I have a friend. He's been in prison. He works for this company called Allied Universal. It's a security company, like Securitas and all that. It's the
Yeah, I heard
third
of it.
employer in America. And so I'm like,
Mhm.
cool. You know, I could do that. I could sit around a warehouse at night and stare at a computer or whatever. So I applied for the job. You got to get a guard card, right? So I
Mm,
applied for the guard card, and a couple months go by, and I got it.
right
Well, now
on.
I'm in Arizona, and the guy texts me, "Hey, you ready to go to work?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm in Arizona."
Oh, shit.
So I put in for a guard card here, and they're like, "Hey, we got a job for you. It's working nights at a warehouse. You just sit around a fucking warehouse all night, right?"
Yeah.
Start with $17 an hour out here. That's not bad.
Mhm.
The economy's different in Arizona. So I applied, goes through the Department of Public Service or Public Safety.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They denied my application. They sent me a thing.
I was
It
just
said, you got convicted of second-degree murder in 1979. What was the disposition?
I was just gonna ask you that.
So I was convicted of aiding and abetting by vicarious liability, actually.
Mhm.
You know, so I sent them the disposition. You know, I got 15 to life. I did 38 years. I did my time. It's over, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they denied my application.
I was gonna ask you, how'd you get the guard card in the first place? 'Cause that's
Well, in California, they only background check you 7 years.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Out here, they do your whole life, you know?
Oh,
Mm.
So you went through that system Breeze in California. That's where you were able to check on the guard card if it's
don't
okayed,
know.
right? It's a you don't remember? Okay.
No, I don't know. Allied Universal applied for it for me.
Okay, they did. Okay, gotcha.
I just had to get my fingerprints and all that life check or whatever it's called, life scan or whatever.
Life
Life
scan,
scan,
yeah.
right?
And I came back, I got a card because they only go back 7 years.
wow. Okay.
Arizona's a little different. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little more conservative. They check your whole life, you know?
Yeah,
I
that's
did that
crazy.
at 17. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To go
So
I wonder what their guidelines are. I wonder what their guide. Not that I know they did your life scan, but other than that, like if it was a different person, I wonder if it just like if a felony would just get you.
yeah, felony, they say if you've been convicted of a felony, you can't get a guard card unless you've been out of prison after you serve your term. 10 years later, you can get a guard card.
Okay.
Well, shit, I'll be 67 years old. I'm not gonna,
Wow,
Right.
look at that.
maybe I don't want that job, sitting behind a desk, staring at a computer at night or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
But,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
That's
crazy,
wild.
man.
My sister's a
Observe and
guard. She's
report.
been a guard for over 15 years.
Yeah, I cannot have a weapon. I can have a knife, but not a firearm. I can buy black powder pistols and rifles. They'll deliver them to your front door. But
Okay.
yeah,
All right. all
Is
right.
Arizona a holding state or no, huh? Or
what's a holding state?
I mean, not a holding state.
It's open and
Yeah,
carry.
you can carry.
Oh, you don't need a license to carry a gun here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you go in stores, restaurants. Everybody's packing a pistol.
I love it.
I know in
Yeah.
Texas you can carry in Texas, and
Idaho.
only thing, the weed ain't legal in Texas, so it's like
No.
what?
Now we drove to Missouri and on 40, and when we get to Texas, it says they got these big billboards that says "Got weed," and it's got a lawyer's number. Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
yeah.
Making boo bucks on everybody, huh?
Yeah, they got a place out here
But
called
you can have a, you know,
Pizza, right? And so I went in there one day for lunch when I was working, and everybody that works in there has got like a 45 or a 9mm on their hip, you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
That's-
How funny.
But, I can have knives, you know. I got a few knives, so
yeah.
Yeah.
But
whatever.
right here in California, if you own a business having to do with money or something like that, you can carry.
Yeah,
That's
but I'm an ex-felon, so I can't, you know. Federally, I'm not allowed to have a firearm.
yeah.
But they do have air pistols and air rifles that shoot off compressed air, and they'll shoot all the way up to a 50 caliber bullet. I can have those because they're not firearms.
Just aim for the
Right.
head,
Ah,
Mitch.
okay,
Aim for
got
the
it.
head.
Got it.
Denise.
So,
Hey, what's the difference with gas out there, Mitch? What's gas like?
gas is
Aim for the.
$3.65 a gallon for
I
regular.
think that weather's you, Jen.
Yeah,
Or low.
It's like
I paid $3.65.
that's
it's like a
awesome.
dollar cheaper out there, it seems.
Yeah. When Trump was president, I went on my first ride through Arizona, and it was like $2.40 a gallon. You know,
Damn.
so
I
in
remember
Arizona, that was a
Yeah.
blast. You know, I got off parole, and like I said, I go to the motorcycle swap meet. I met a lot of guys.
Mhm.
And so in Placerville, I got a friend. He has a barber shop up there called Bow Tie Barbers. You know, he's got a big bow tie tattoo on his neck, and
Oh,
so he goes, "Hey, bro, I just got off parole." And he goes, "We're gonna go on this ride through Arizona. It's gonna be epic, man. You want to go?" And I'm like, "I don't know." You know, my wife goes, "You better go, or you're gonna regret it." Like, I'll go. So he tells the guys, "Yeah, I got a guy who wants to go," and they're like, "Oh, the ride's full, man. We got 8 people." They go, "This guy just got off parole, man. He really wants to go. You know, he can go next year." Oh, he was a lifer, man. And so my friend Brian, he goes, "Who is it?" He goes, "Mitch." He goes, "Bring him." You know, we had
Yep.
400 miles, you know, it was a blast, man.
right
That's
on.
cool.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it was
Yeah,
awesome.
that was awesome to see that, taking place. We were all excited for you,
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So this will be my 3rd year riding with him, you know.
Right
That's
on.
cool.
So-
That's cool. We're about to sign out, guys. My Wi-Fi starting to trip out, so I appreciate you guys for being here. Mitch, Denise, Strange Days. You guys make sure to subscribe to Mitch's channel, Hard Intentions. I'm going to have it down in the description. You don't want to miss out on his videos and their Wednesday night lives. So,
Thank you for having
Nice.
us.
yes,
Me,
Yes,
I
thank you.
appreciate that. Yep. Always.
Peace.
Always a pleasure.
appreciate
Nice
it.
to meet you, Mitch. Good to see you, Denise. Thank you,
Yeah,
Jen.
baby.
Yeah.
Sweetheart.
Good
Good
night.
Bye,
Say good
guys.
night. Say good night.
Have a great night.
night,
Good night,
everyone. Thank
Peace.
you for being here.
Take care.
You too. Good evening. Buenas noches.